Welcome into the program, everybody. This is Alabama Unfiltered Radio. I'm Scott Beason. It is a Monday, the 10th day of August in the year of our Lord, 2026. I hope you've had a great weekend, and I hope I hope the morning went well as well. Because I don't know how many hours it is over the weekend. I'm here. Big Sky Mountain Mosley is back. We're glad to have him back. Thank you to Terry for giving Sky a breather, but I'm glad Sky is back. Sky, hope you had a good few days.
I certainly did. You know how we talk about getting into beach mode on vacation.
Yeah.
It takes a few days.
Yeah.
And it did, but it worked. About Friday, I began to.
You're ready to get back?
Yeah. Well, no, Scott.
I am the one that's always ready to get back.
I began to. I am glad to be back, but I began to kind of relax and unwind, decompress, and now I'm rejuvenated, reintegrated, and all those other re's.
Really? Good. Well, you need to do that every so often.
Every 10 years or so, I'm going to take a vacation from now on. Yeah.
Well, we had a good week. We had an interesting week, but again, like I said, I'm glad you're back. Lots of stuff going on around the world. I think the callers are going to be glad you're back too. They miss you.
No,
I think they do.
Okay. Well,
so
I run a free psychiatry office
counseling
here on the side. Yeah.
Office on the side. The number here, 1-800-289-9228, 1-800-289-9228. In case you have missed Sky, you want to call in, start off the week. That would be an interesting thing to do, but there is a decent amount of stuff going on, but sports is dominating the headlines again. We have talked on this program so many times, Sky, about the WNBA. And the WNBA would not even exist without the NBA. It is until the recent past, it has been extremely subsidized, but basically paid for by the NBA. It is a giant diversity, equity, and inclusion program. The NBA, for whatever reason, Sky, what do you think the reason was that the NBA ever started paying for the WNBA? Do you know the history? Did the WNBA start and then they knew it was going to go belly up and then the NBA started paying them? Or did the NBA create this idea even 30 years ago, hey, we'll have women's basketball, professional basketball? Was it their idea?
I believe the NBA has been subsidizing the women's league all along. Now, to what degree, I'm not sure how much it hasn't decreased, but I believe they've been in it all along. So that's not a real
and a lot has been made about the number of tickets sold and the jerseys sold and the popularity, quote-unquote popularity of the league over the last couple of years after Caitlin Clark got there. I have my theory about the WNBA and the ongoing saga of it. I think there's only two choices, Sky.
Okay.
Either they are legitimately bat crap crazy. They are overrun with racism. They're overrun with lesbianism. Basketball is maybe, I was going to say second, maybe third, maybe fourth most important thing to the league. That's one option. The other option is that some people at the very, very top of the organization have realized that the only time they are relevant is when they're acting insane. It is a giant. What was the TV show back in the day when people would fight and throw chairs and all that kind of stuff?
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer.
Yes.
There is a chance that they're not totally bat crap crazy and that they have decided that the only way for them to even exist in modern society and have anybody discuss them is to Jerry Springerfy the league.
Well, how do you explain them treating their superstar like they want to kill her?
It's the Jerry Springer. It's part of the Jerry Springerness of the league.
But killing the golden goose, I'm going to go.
You're going with back crap
crazy. Yeah,
BCC.
maybe 88%. Yeah.
Well, you know me, Sky. I'm just always wanting to give people an out and give them an excuse, and the kindness from my heart is just oozing out. So you're saying that they are just so into alternative this, that, and the other. And racism that they just cannot, because it's all the way down to the referees, Sky.
Well, the recent example of the Seattle women's team co-owner, two young ladies, young girls.
Right, they're girls.
Had on a shirt, "We support women's sports" or something.
Right.
Very, very innocuous. And she goes out of her way to go down and berate these children.
Yes.
And just crazy. The eyes and everything. So that's from the top. That's leadership.
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
So
okay, all right. Look, it didn't take much. That's where I usually am. That's where my first reaction goes. Is these people are nuts?
Yeah,
they are absolutely nuts. So here is what the Googles say. The NBA started the WNBA in 1996. So we're
30 years in.
30 years into this. This is what the WNBA, this is from the WNBA's website. The NBA started the WNBA in 1996 to capitalize on the surging popularity of women's basketball. Fill empty arenas during the men's summer off-season and create a permanent professional platform for elite female athletes.
So the NBA started
them.
Okay.
It says the massive. Now, look, okay. Do you remember what year the women's Olympic basketball team won a gold medal in the Olympics?
I do not. I don't even recall it, much less the year.
You know what, Sky? I'm glad you're rested up, and I'm glad you're back, because that is exactly the response I needed. I don't recall it either. I do not recall one time in my life where I thought, wow, the USA women's team won a gold medal in basketball. I don't remember. Look, they may have won the gold medal in basketball every time they've had women's basketball, as far as I know. But according to Red Bull, this is where this was pulled from, the massive success and gold medal run of the 1996 U.S. women's Olympic basketball team proved there was a passionate audience and elite talent pool ready for a pro league.
96.
96.
Okay. All right.
That's what it says.
All right. So that's when the NBA got involved and said, let's
make it
happen. All right.
The then NBA commissioner, David Stern, is he still the NBA commissioner?
I believe he is.
Holy smokes.
What a career. What a run.
Is he okay, look, I don't make fun of how most people look, all right? How you look, God made you how you look. Now, look, if you weigh 485 pounds, God didn't make you weigh 485 pounds. The refrigerator made you weigh 485 pounds. Oreos, ice cream, basically lemon pie, brownies, cookies with ice cream is why I weigh almost 250, okay? I know why I weigh that. You're not going to get me to say, God made me this way. I'm just not doing it. Not doing it. What I eat made me this way. But David Stern is is he really old now?
It's got to be.
Because
he's been commissioned
he looks really, he's kind of vampire-esque looking, like old vampire, kind of. He strongly championed the project, building the early franchises directly into existing NBA markets with matching team colors and branding to leverage existing fan bases. There were originally 8 teams for the 1997 season. So it's never paid its bills, ever.
Oh, no, they've never been solvent.
Nowhere close. Even after the recent couple of years of Caitlin Clark, I mean, they might have made some more money, but they're never paying their bills,
No,
right?
no, not even close.
But
They haven't sniffed the black.
we got a couple of folks who want to be in the NBA, in the WNBA draft.
I heard about that.
Yeah, look,
Over
I'm
the
thinking
weekend.
about it
Yeah.
myself. So we're going to expand on this on the other side. We got to take a break. We'll be back. Wow. Hey, look, if you turn on the YouTube, you can watch me sneeze because I realized I never turned on the commercials. Oh my goodness gracious.
That was wild. Man.
My right hand, my passenger side sinus is burning. So
Man,
the
that was
WNBA
rough.
is what we're talking about, and why we're talking about it, I do not know. Do I care what happens to the WNBA? I do not.
You're enjoying this, man. Come on.
I'm
I
enjoying
know
the
I am.
insanity. I'm enjoying the insanity of it all, but I really don't care about the WNBA. I believe the WNBA is, how do you say it? The WNBA was forced on the American people. People weren't saying, hey, man, I sure wish I could go see some more basketball games. I think they jumped the shark. Is that how they say it? I think they got out of the gate too early. I believe the proper way that you would have a professional league is for the college sport, women's college basketball, to grow, and then people to naturally become fans, and then someone come along and say, hey, you know what? I think we can make a go of a women's professional league, and it's kind of starts not grassroots, but starts from the bottom up and gets going. I think the WNBA was foisted on the American people. There was no demand, and then their insanity has come to light. And I figure they've always been this insane.
Well, to go back, as you explained earlier, the NBA sponsored it from the beginning. Do you suppose the NBA thought it was a profitable enterprise, or was there another motivation?
No. I think who was the guy that I said was the
Stern?
Stern. I think Stern is just
Okay. So it was
I think it's just one of those, hey, we just think this would be a great idea. You know what happens in the, if you and I and our buddies are sitting around, our great idea is like, hey, something that would end up with hold my beer and watch this.
Yeah.
And for the kind of folks and the kind of money that Stern and these people are around, hold my beer, watch this was the WNBA.
Kind of Bud Light, kind of
it's that kind of thing.
Kind of hold my beer.
They can do
Watch me screw this
big,
up. Yeah.
huge things. Because if someone said, actually, there's probably a question to be made if any of these. I know they're not publicly traded. I guess they're all privately owned. But there would have to be some sort of Securities and Exchange Commission violation if you took your money and started the WNBA and kept it going. You would not be doing the stockholders any service.
No. Oh, no. If that was a public enterprise, it would have been abandoned long ago.
Yeah, you would think it would be. So we fast forward, and then all of a sudden, I mean, it's crazy what happens to Caitlin Clark, and we've talked about her before, and since I'm being super, super nice again today, I'm going to give her all she really cares about is playing basketball, which God bless her heart for that. I thought she should have stood up for Sophie Cunningham, who has stood up for her in the past, but no, she couldn't bring herself to say that she thought that men shouldn't be playing in women's sports, which, look, I mean, you got to think about it. She probably doesn't want to be abused and attacked any more than she already is, and she knows with the WNBA, if she took that fight on as well, she would have had an issue. So Sophie Cunningham just simply says in an interview that she doesn't believe that men should be playing in women's sports. That includes trans women who are really men, and the WNBA loses its mind. And you get Clay Travis coming along, who says he'll give $10 million to the WNBA championship team. I don't even know who they are. And if they can beat a state champion high school team chosen by Clay Travis, if they beat them, they get $10 million.
No takers.
No takers.
No.
Then Clay Travis says, I'll start my own team if y'all are all into this transgender stuff. He says he'll start the Nashville Balls. And it's pretty
No pun
good.
intended,
Pretty
I'm
good logo. I don't know if he made it up, but somebody made it up, and it's two basketballs going through the net, one a little bit offset from the other. Very, very good logo. And so then it gets even better. Just a few days ago, Enes Kanter Freedom, used to be Enes Kanter, former NBA center and human rights activist. Now, he got in trouble the first time, Sky, and you probably don't remember this. He had started making his own or customizing them himself freedom shoes. And he was wearing his freedom shoes in the games to protest the human rights abuses of the Chinese Communist Party, particularly the treatment of the Uyghur Muslims and the Tibetans. And the NBA did not like it.
They didn't?
They did not. They frowned upon it because
My goodness.
the NBA said, hey, there's a billion people over there. This is my version of it. And we really like this market, and we're not going to deal with it. He was traded and subsequently waived in early 2022. He maintains that he was blackballed by the NBA due to his political stances. I think that is probably pretty close to accurate.
Yeah, probably.
Way more than what was the little guy's name? We don't even remember anymore. The NFL player that took a knee.
Kirkpatrick. Yeah. Colin Kirkpatrick.
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick. Yeah.
What's his first name?
Colin
Kaepernick. Oh yeah, because I would call him Colin Kaepernick.
It's more accurate.
He was full of it. Yeah. So Cantor came out the other day and said that he was declaring himself for the WNBA draft. And so then after
he's like 6'8", Scott, right?
At least. He may be bigger than that.
He's a big dude.
He is ginormous. Let's see. Let's see what it says. No, that's not going to tell me what his height is. Then Royce White, who is also a former NBA player, running for the United States Senate from which state was it? He's a Senate candidate.
I was totally unaware.
He's been now. He's
it's a wild man. Okay.
Cantor did his little thing, but Royce White has got a really good personality, and he's got
a character.
He's got himself a wig now. Got his first wig. He's feeling like a woman, and he is also declaring himself eligible for the WNBA draft. My wife told me. Now I don't know if this. Have you seen this? She saw on social media that WNBA was apparently going to have meetings so they could have figure out a definition of a woman.
How about that? Yeah, something that every 8-year-old child knows.
No, that's not what they're going to come to.
Oh, and human nature we've known since civilization began. They're going to figure it out.
They're going to have a meeting, and so this is where, because Lori was asking me, she's like, why do they have to have? Because she was thinking like a normal person would, like you would. Like, why do they have to have a meeting? It's everybody knows what a woman is. I'm like, no. If indeed they're having this meeting, I promise you they're doing the federal judge thing. They're going to claim some sort of ability to look into your soul so that they can say that Cantor, however you say his name, and White are not really women. You can't, Sky, you just can't go out. I can't go out today and just say that I'm a woman today. We need an expert class, someone who can evaluate. Scott, do you really? I'll give you an example. Remember when they first came out with gay marriage? Sure. The court decided that, and there was no real, that's not what marriage is, but they came out and said, hey, yeah, we can have gay marriage. And so there were a couple of these people who said, you know what, there was a movie comedy that had this same storyline. Hey, look, you and I, we'll get married so I can be on your insurance or you can be on my insurance. And judges actually took these cases and said, oh, no, no, no. Now, and the guys are like, no, we love each other. It's awesome. This is the deepest part of my soul. Oh. And they're like, no, you're not really gay. I'm like, so who gets to decide? So, I mean, think about what that means. That means a third party gets to be the gay judge. Not that he's gay, but the judging of the gayness. And my guess is the WNBA will have the trans judge, and they will decide whether or not you really are a woman.
Will this be a written exam or an oral thing?
It's going to be.
How's it going to
be oral. That's the WNBA prefers that.
Scott, I've decided it is batshit crazy. It's 100%, man. That's it.
We're just going with it.
Yeah, that's it.
Whoa. Oh, we got to take a break. I know. Oh, my goodness gracious. We'll be back.
You're listening to Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason.
Every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level so more people can hear you.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
Welcome back in, everybody. So, a couple of things you may not know. I did not know this. Of course, I don't keep up with it. This is more of the Enes Cantor. I keep saying Eric Cantor. I think he was a congressman from Virginia at one time. Cantor's the latest athlete to push back on the suggestion that trans women should be allowed to play in women's sports. Talking about his effort or claiming that he and his team have found a loophole allowing for him to play in the women's league. I know my presence on the court will stir up strong opinions. I am definitely not here to mock, make fun of, or disrespect any community or personal choices. I'm simply asking that the current rules be applied equally to everyone, the rules that represent the very values many WNBA players and coaches have publicly advocated for. Actually, Sky, I have all this pressure, the open opportunities. I always, felt like I needed to play in a professional sports league, and the NBA was out after deciding not to play basketball in college. But I'm thinking that I've got time before the next season. I could get in shape, and I think I could make it pretty big in the WNBA. But I'm going to keep my haircut, though, because, and when somebody says, well, look, you're supposed to have long hair and look like a woman, this is the Megan Rapinoe haircut. I'm doing the Rapinoe short hair. I'm going full.
Royce White has got his first wig. I'm looking at it right now. He says, I'm going to test it on the court tomorrow. This is my feminine era glow up. Did I slay?
Did I slay? Is he the one that says
he's great?
He just wants to support his queens?
Yeah, get this. He says, if y'all don't yas queen, you're transphobic.
Yes, queen. Yes,
I really don't understand all the hatred. I just want to play some hoops with my fellow ladies. Hey man, that passes the WNBA smell test right there.
Oh, it seems like it.
That's sincere, man. Just wants to play ball with the chicks. I mean, the trans men. How do I
trans women?
There it is. Sorry.
You have You have to cross over to the other, so it's crossing to women.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down. I'll get it.
This is a story by the Sporting News. It's over at Yahoo Sports. Of course, you want to know who the two women are in the WNBA photo that they use to represent the WNBA, even though the WNBA hates their guts.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Is it? Is it really?
It is Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham.
The hypocrisy of that league is just...
They are so bad. It is so bad. Says the WNBA does not presently have a public-facing policy regarding the eligibility of trans athletes. The league's collective bargaining agreement signed in March contains no mention of transgender athletes' eligibility. But guess this. There has been a transgender player in the league.
I thought so.
I did not know that.
I thought so.
Lacia Clarendon was the first active non-binary and trans player in the WNBA.
Is she still active? They, he, shim, them, whatever it was supposed to say.
I don't know. I can't. She
think they are.
averaged. So she made the All-Star team 1 year. He made the All-Star team. But he was a 12-year veteran. Has been playing in the WNBA for 12 years.
Precedent set.
That's what I'm saying. He became. Wait a minute. Oh, they tricked me, Sky, because you can't tell. You know this. They are bat crap crazy. Okay,
It's a grin.
even at Yahoo Sports. Because listen to this. Lacia Clarendon. This is dumb. Okay. Lacia, let me see if there's anything else about her. Hold on. Hold your horses.
They make it difficult to follow
Oh, they
deliberately.
do. On Friday, we embrace equity, existing outside the non-binary. I want trans people. Lacia Clarendon made history as the first active non-binary and trans player to play in the WNBA. Okay? So
Got that.
in your mind, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking this is the first transgender
Yes.
WNBA player.
The dude is playing.
Right. That's it.
The 12-year
Precedent.
veteran who uses all pronouns announced they were trans and non-binary shortly after the end of the 2020 season. A one-time All-Star in 2017, Clarendon averaged 7.6 points, 3.2 assists, 2. So in my mind, I said, "You suck. You're
That's
a
pretty bad
dude,
for
and
a-
you
for a-
suck like this." But listen to this next sentence. I had to go 3 sentences in, and I had to be very good reader. He became the first active WNBA player. He became. Now remember,
Okay.
that means, okay, he's trans, right?
Right.
He should be called she,
Right.
according to the leftist.
That's
This girl's a girl.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
It's so confusing, man.
You know how I know? He became the first active WNBA player to undergo top surgery.
Top surgery.
Uh-huh.
What does that mean?
Have your breast removed.
Oh.
Sky, this is a woman who has been playing in the WNBA, and she decided she was a man.
Man. The plot thickens.
So there's not been a guy play in the WNBA.
This is a problem.
The trans player was a woman who started playing as a woman. She's in the league as a woman, and then she decided she was a man. So the WNBA has not had men playing unless there's some, and I think there's a chance they have a couple,
I do too.
but they
It's just not
are keeping
common
it down home
public
cuz.
knowledge. You're right.
I'm not going to say the name of one, but I think she might have been held prisoner in Russia, and the Russians probably know.
Yes. She wouldn't pass a 1986 Olympic test.
Probably
I
not.
don't
But
think.
you see how convoluted this is? Even Yahoo Sports, who got it from the Sporting News, is, oh, don't forget Miss Clarendon or Mr. Clarendon. He's a girl.
It's deliberately confusing. I
Yes,
think.
no, absolutely true. There was another story we had a few weeks ago that had the same kind of thing where you're like, oh my goodness, and it turned out to be a woman who later on decided she was a man. So that's not a big controversy. Nobody cares. If you want to be a woman and you decide, or if you are a woman and you decide to be a man and you want to go try to play in the WNBA or in the NBA, great, fine, whatever. Give it your best shot. Probably not happening, but give it your best shot.
Sure.
That's not what any of this discussion is about. This discussion is all about men playing against women. It's not about the mental health issue of a woman who's been playing and then decides, I'm some sort of, now I'm a dude.
Well, they're going to have to back it up. They promote this transgender rights stuff all the time. It is not clear in their bylaws in the WNBA.
Right.
So we're going to have to get to the legal ramifications.
We're going to get there. James is going to be up next. We'll be back. Kowtowing to every little thing that they have said is bad and evil, and they don't get to decide what is right and wrong. I'll bank my money on what God, the creator of the universe, says is right and wrong. It's worked very well for Western society for 2 millennia, and we've got to get with it. Got to fight the fight. We got to get after it. It's ridiculous. I'm just tired of great Americans being ripped to shreds, history going away, and all of us cowering around because we're afraid somebody's going to call us a bad name. It is time to save the republic.
You're listening to Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason.
Every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just
So here's the problem they have in the WNBA. It's because of terms. When Sophie Cunningham and others say, we don't want men in the WNBA, men shouldn't be in women's sports. Well, they're stuck because they've got their buddy who claims to be a man. And then you're like, well, she's not really a man. And they all know she's not really a man. But if you have a sign or a shirt or a policy, or Sophie Cunningham says, hey, men don't need to be in women's sports, now you're insulting our friend who has decided she's a man. The problem is that opens up the door for the real men. And everybody who's sane knows they're talking about real men in women's sports. But they have this little crazy world where their girlfriend has now decided she's a man. Well, I can't be against my friend, the man, who's really a girl. That's their problem. They, the make-believe starts running into reality.
Yeah. They pretended themselves right into a corner
Right
of
into
reality.
a corner. And what we need to be saying, I guess, if we're going to play in their ballpark, is biological male bodies.
For
Don't
Bolton,
get to play.
no. If a
We
woman,
can't say
if she
male
think-
bodies?
no, you can't say biological. No, sir.
So you could have a
This is-
woman with a male body, like they're
No.
saying, but we're saying
if
no
they
male
believe they're
bodies.
a man, or if they believe they're a woman, they're a woman, and
It
you
is
must
no-
pretend too.
It is
Are you
no
transphobic?
different.
Are you transphobic?
I am.
Well, you can't play in the NBA then.
They scare me. Yes,
You
I'm
can't-
transphobic.
You can't be involved, and you're out, man.
Look, it is
That's
no
right.
different than saying you can't drive a Formula One race car in a NASCAR race.
Think about that a minute. Okay.
It's
okay.
not that you're against the driver. The car you came in, the vehicle you're in. So you can say you're a woman, you can say you're a space alien, you can say you're a man, you can say you're an Ewok, you're a penguin. No matter what you are, you can't bring that Formula One race car on this NASCAR track and race NASCARs.
Okay, I get you.
So I'm saying that the body you're in is your vehicle, and you can't bring a Formula One male body in the NASCAR. Well, that's, the NASCAR WNBA. Let's go out to James before we lose everybody. James, welcome to the program.
Scott,
Hey,
there's
James.
so much there to unpack.
Yes.
Look down at your feet, Scott. What do you have on?
I have.
Can you see your feet?
I have white tennis shoes. Yes.
All right. Is there a particular name brand on there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I don't even want to
Come on,
say.
it's Nike, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
so
today.
earlier-
Usually it's like a Merrill or what's the nursing shoe, tennis shoe?
But you got on Nikes.
I have
this morning.
Nikes today, yeah, because I trashed out
Okay.
my other ones having to do the
You know
generator
what,
yesterday.
Scott?
Uh-huh.
When Colin Kaepernick started sitting on his bucket,
Yeah,
sitting on the helmet,
yeah.
kneeling, I don't buy Nike shoes anymore.
These were on discount.
Likewise.
Do you? I don't like Nike shoes, but I got these on sale.
Years
Slave
ago,
labor in
somebody
China,
called
anyway.
me on the phone and said, "We're going to give you a free cell phone." I'm like, "Really? I don't want it. You can keep it."
Uh-huh.
No, you don't understand. It's free. I'm like, "I do understand. I don't want it.
Right.
Thank you very much," and I hung up.
Uh-huh.
So I can't support those that don't support me. Now, they can have forgiveness,
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah.
But I can't go to a shoe store and put down money for Nikes. Now, let me ask you this question. What percentage of the WNBA teams are in the Southeast? Now, I don't mean Texas and all this other footprint that's supposed to be the Southeast that we've made the Southeast. I mean the actual Southeast. I don't mean Miami, Florida, which is not the Southeast. That's a different world entirely. I mean the Southeast. What percentage of WNBA teams are in the Southeast?
What about Atlanta? Is that
All right, I got a
South-
better-
We'll count Atlanta.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. We're counting Atlanta,
Yes.
Yeah, we'll count Atlanta.
and we're not counting Texas.
No, that's not the Southeast. That's the Southwest.
Okay. Well, look, if we Was Texas in with the Confederacy?
Yes, they were.
Okay, they're the
They
South.
were, but they're in the South.
Look, I
Agree.
need them to be in the South so that I can be all the way up to 2.
2%.
Yeah.
Round it off there. yeah.
Atlanta and Dallas. That's it.
That's your. But what percent? How many teams in the NBA? I mean, the WNBA.
It's a bunch too many. 3, 4, 5, 6,
It's
7.
only 8, right?
There are
There's only
15 teams.
Oh, wow.
15.
In the WNBA.
Checked out.
Yep.
So 2 out of 15. What percentage is that?
Every 1.5 is 10, so that would be 15.
Okay. Now let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Now, don't I'm trying not to be ugly here, Scott. But with all this transgender, it's kind of like one of my guys in my tennis group who went to ministerial school. One day, their professor brings in a man who's written a book on Revelation.
Okay.
Second day, they bring in another man.
Okay.
Different book. Both books are backed up by Scripture.
Okay.
Third day, they bring in another man. 3 books, 3 different days.
You got to hurry. We got to carry you over. James, hold that thought. People are riveted.
Yes.
Don't go anywhere, Clint. You're up too. We'll be back. Welcome back in, everybody. As promised, let's get out to those phone calls. James, welcome back in. Clint, you're up next. James.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
3 men, 3 books on Revelation.
Yes.
All 3 of them backed up by Scripture.
Yes.
All of them somewhat different.
Yes.
So the professor asked his young ministerial students, what are your thoughts now?
Mm-hmm.
And so to nearly a man, more confused than they were before they started. And that's the point that I'm attempting to make. People that don't understand what a trans human being is, I'm not sure that we've cleared up anything for them today. If they're born with a penis,
Yep.
that's what's below the navel, we're going to consider those male.
Yep.
And if they're born
we
with
could do the hormone, the chromosome, couldn't we?
we could.
Yeah.
All right, if you want to go there, there's XY, 23rd pair male, XX, 23rd pair female. But
Yes.
sometimes when those sex cells are being produced,
Uh-huh.
all right,
Mhm.
there is a thing called non-disjunction.
Yeah.
So you wind up with a human being that's XXX or XXY or XYY, and then you got a whole another level of. But let's just talk about the physical anatomy. If she has a vagina and ovaries,
Mhm.
if that's what she's born with, that's why we call her she.
Okay.
All right. You remember when the justice was applying and they were vetting this justice, whoever does it, the Senate or the Congress, and she could not tell them what a woman was.
Yeah,
Couldn't come up with a definition
Ketanji
for a
Brown
woman.
Jackson. Yes.
Yeah, that's what we had because of the political climate.
Right.
All right, and the woman wouldn't stand up for, what right and wrong. And
Okay.
this is what we had going into our Supreme Court justices. All right, one
Okay.
of 9, which they want to water down. Oh, Scott, you got me all sidetracked. Can you believe you got me sidetracked?
No, you were on a roll. I mean, I was riding that train with you. I don't know where we were going, but we were riding it.
Well, we were going somewhere
Uh-huh.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that we've cleared up anything for anybody.
Look, we are still at the point where we're just now figuring out that a trans woman used
It's
to be
actually a man.
is a man, right? And a
Okay.
trans
Make a note.
male is actually a woman.
Right.
Yeah, we're just now getting to that.
I'm following you. I am, but there are so many out there who would. How can I put this without?
Hey, did you know? And I like your definition because apparently, well, I don't know if every single one, but the folks who end up with X's and Y's,
Yes.
physically manifest as males.
Occasionally, though, you do have what's known as a transvestite. Now, I'm not sure what the chromosomal pairing is there.
I thought
Oh,
that was
with
just
blitz.
I just thought that's how you dressed.
No,
That's
no, physical
Yeah, so
anatomy.
XXY is called Klinefelter syndrome.
Klinefelters.
That's
Yes.
one in about every 500 to 1,000 newborn males. And XY,
And then there's Turners.
and then there's XXY, which it just says is XXY syndrome, and that's about one in every 1,000 newborn males as well.
And there's XO, which I believe is Turners.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I didn't
I think
search
that's
for that
correct.
one. But it looks like most of them end up men. Most of them are men. Now, look, how much you have might be different. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even commenting there. There's a reason some people call it the little boys' room.
Oh man. Okay,
So-
we took a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
We're
somewhere
trying to
along
figure
the-
this out, Sky. I mean, look, if we're going to be educated about all this. We just
Okay.
got through not knowing who's
And
what.
I think
It's-
you and I are making our point. We don't want to be the, in other words, causing more confusion.
right.
Yes.
But
Good luck.
years ago, I went to this City Hall meeting in Prattville.
Okay.
and the issue was books that didn't need to be in the kiddie section.
Yep.
Okay? Now, the argument of whether or not they exist or not, that's a different story for another time.
Okay.
But the people that had their nose out of the joint the most were those that were of the abased mind who were in support of their children that somehow took that wrong turn.
Yes.
I mean, those were the people that had their feathers really ruffled. And that's probably why there were quite a few police out in the foyer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just in case.
Yep.
Luckily, cool heads prevailed. But I was there that particular night and knew at least one of the mothers. And it wasn't pretty.
All right. I got you, man.
Scott, Sky,
Yo.
glad you're back.
Thanks.
Appreciate the time.
You got it.
Ta-ta.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
It cleared up a little bit.
Yeah, so I looked up the Turner thing, and that's it's all about X's, X chromosomes.
I have so many
You
questions.
can have like
that-
one
that
X,
I
not
shouldn't
an
be
XY,
asking.
but one X. So then you're a girl, but then you have a lot of reproductive problems and things don't mature and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, so maybe the what packaging you came in is probably the best way to look at it. Let's go to Clint. Clint, welcome to the program. I hope you bring some wisdom to the topic.
That's what I call conversation. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Good day. Good morning, I should say. Hey, my situation solved this whole thing is Transgender Basketball League or Association.
Just
If
have
you're a
their
man,
own
think
league.
you're- Yes, sir.
No. They
Yeah, my
they have a
man.
league they can play in. It's called the boys' league, the men's league.
No, you have it. The men that think they're women,
Yeah.
they have their league.
Okay. No, I get
Women
you.
who think they're men, they have their league. But then you come run into a problem. How do you advertise it?
Careful. Careful.
You know, how would you advertise the name of the league?
I don't know. What do you want to say?
I have no idea.
Oh, you had me worried, Clint. I didn't know what you were going to call it.
I have no idea. Think about it. The transgender men, say the Raptors are playing today.
Uh-huh.
Is that how you advertise it? The transgender men and the transgender women?
Yeah, are you
How
going to
would you
let the
do that?
transgender men and the transgender women play together?
Sure.
The trans league?
I'm on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got this one. We'll call it the other league.
The other, that's
Yeah,
what we
the
already
other
call the
league. Good idea.
WNBA. It's
Other
the
league.
other league.
No.
Other league, yeah.
Well, they're going to have to come to a decision because plans are trying to.
I like your idea, but it'll probably be there'll be 3 teams, and and if the NBA thinks the money they're spending on the WNBA is bad, wait till you see how much it's going to take to float the trans basketball league.
Yeah, but how many people in the population are going to be watching them games? Yeah.
There's going to be, let's see, there'll be 3 teams, 15 each. That's 45. And just say they both have 2 parents. So somewhere less than 150 people in the whole country are going to watch this.
I agree.
Well, after the first game, anyway.
Yeah,
Oh, my
it might be
goodness.
a big deal that first game. Hey, thanks, Clint.
Yeah. Y'all have a good day.
You
Thanks,
too, buddy.
Clint.
I appreciate it. What a mess. Now, I've learned more about chromosomes than I wanted to.
I had so many questions too, and I thought, man, just don't.
Just
do
don't
it.
ask the questions.
Just don't.
Well, that's how we got
it's
to
only
this
Monday.
mess. But do you think my theory's right that the reason they claim to support trans people playing is that their buddies have said, hey, now I'm a man.
Absolutely.
So their girlfriend is now a man, so they have to support the trans, and they want trans people to be able to play in the WNBA or wherever they want to,
Yes.
but they don't really want men playing against them. So, but they're just so mired in their verbiage that they can't get out of it.
It's so entrenched in the league, in the players' lifestyles, that it's going to be very difficult for them to back away. There's going to be a legal battle. But first, we get to watch the WNBA define what a woman is.
Are they really officially doing that, or is that
they are
just
having
people?
No, they are. That's official. They're having
it.
meetings right now because it is very ambiguous in their bylaws of the
Well,
league.
I saw something in the comments. People weighing in on Twitter, like people who have some followers, saying to these two former NBA players, "Well, let you take the hormones for a year, or you go ahead and have your parts chopped, and you do all this, and you come back, and then we'll talk." And then other people are like, whoa, wait a minute now. You can't be changing the definition now.
No, it's too late.
It used to be whatever you felt like. Now
Right.
you're going to make somebody who feels like a woman today take hormones for a year to get back? Well, why are we doing this?
Yeah, you can just feel the whole ideology beginning to implode right now, and it's beautiful.
Well, even the
enjoying
Olympics
it
has
too
figured
much.
out that if you become a man, you're going to be bigger
Stronger
and stronger,
faster.
and you can take female hormones and make you feel terrible probably for a while, but you still came with bigger skeletal structure, more muscles, no matter what, right?
Right. Something that an 8-year-old child knows,
Well-
and that humankind has known since the beginning of civilization.
I'm watching it very closely because I think I would bring the Southern white male perspective
Solution.
to the
Yeah.
WNBA.
They need a little common sense.
They need a little Scott Beason in the WNBA.
Just a little bit. Didn't hurt.
We'll be back.
A little bit. Just a little.
Just a tad.
Every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level so more people can hear you.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
Welcome back in, everybody. We've been talking about this WNBA thing and the trans athletes, et cetera, and I get it. I've talked about it before. There's a lot of people out there, especially liberal women, many of them liberal white women, many of them. Now, that's not the case in the WNBA specifically, but a lot of liberal white women. And they have no understanding of athletics whatsoever, Sky. And that's part of the problem, is that they have not actually competed in athletics, much less competed at a level where there would be some comparison to men. It's a complete lack of knowledge. Their naivete is off the chart. And like I've said before, you can talk to, and some of these women are crazy. Like the Rapinoe woman, the soccer girl, she's just nuts. She knows good and well. She played on the women's soccer team that played the high school boy teams and got beat. She knows those things, but she can't let it go. There's a story over at the American Thinker. It says on July the 16th, back in 1988, it's a long time ago now.
Yes.
Florence Griffith Joyner.
Remember her? FloJo.
FloJo.
That's right.
Sprinted the 100 meters at the U.S. Olympic trials in Indianapolis. Okay? She set the Seoul Olympics record for the 200 meters later that year. That record stood for 40 years.
Yeah.
She has the her 100-meter record. She ran it in 2.49 seconds. FloJo remains the fastest woman who ever lived. I'm going to say that again. The fastest woman who ever lived. She ran 100 meters in 10.49 seconds. That's 10 and a half seconds in 100 meters. Have you ever, and this is another thing for your liberal white women friends, if you see someone lose a 100-meter sprint by half a second, they got whipped.
Oh, yeah. That's a long time.
You when you're watching it, you're like, holy crap, that looks like Scott racing somebody. I'm losing, okay? I'm not winning. I'm losing. That looks like it. A half a second makes the second place person look really slow in 100 meters.
Agree.
Does anybody remember what I said she ran the 100 meters in 1988?
That was 10.2, wasn't it?
10.49.
10.49.
So 10 and a half
10.5.
seconds. 10.5. The current U.S. high school boys record.
High school
Boys set in 2025. Okay. 9.92.
Man, smoked her.
That's more than a half second faster than FloJo's fastest 100 meters ever.
And she is without
And she's
any
the fastest
doubt,
woman
greatest
in the
of
history
all time.
of the world.
Absolutely. No doubt about it.
The 2026 California State Track Championships, okay? California State Track Championships for boys this year, 2026. 7 of the 8 finalists in the boys 100 meter, 7 of the last 8 boys in the 100 meters in the California State Track Championships ran faster than the women's world record.
Under 10.
Under 10.5.
And these are 17, 18-year-old.
These are high school boys.
Okay.
Not the guy who won the state championships, guy.
No.
Not the guy who won the nationals. 7 of the 8 guys in the last heat beat the women's world's record. World's record. The women's long jump world's record was also set in 1988. That was a good year for track. 7.52 meters. 7.5 meters. The U.S. high school boys record, 8.18.
Yeah. It's just indisputable how hormones work. The male body against the female.
At the NCAA Outdoor Championships, the top 14 collegiate men's long jumpers, so 14 showed up apparently for the final event. 14, college. Every single one beat the women's world record long jump. The guy who comes in last, Scott, now look, he's still the fastest person or the longest jumper you and I have ever seen. He's got the state records and all that kind of stuff. But every single one. You go to swimming. Swedish swimmer Sarah Sjöström set the women's 100-meter freestyle. She did in 51.71 seconds. 51.71. The California boys, 15 to 16 age group. That kid, 15 years old or 16 years old, beat the women's world record by a second and a third. These are high school and college athletes.
15 years old.
The writer of this article says women's world records mark the outer limits of female athletic performance. Yet many high school boys surpass those limits before they are old enough to vote. That is precisely why women's sports exist. The point is not that boys are better athletes than women, better. The point is that men and women are biologically different, and elite female athletes compete in a separate category precisely because of those differences. Without sex-based competition, women's sports would disappear. And my point being that liberal white women have no concept of these things because they didn't have to do it. They didn't have to. They're not familiar with it. And people say, how is that even possible? Go to a game at a high school, okay, and see how many females will easily cheer for their team to score while their team's on defense. You get what I'm saying?
I do. Lack of perspective.
They just don't know. It's
knowledge.
not. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
When I don't know, one of the things I don't do is just get on top of the roof and scream it that I have got a message from God and all y'all should do it exactly the way I think it should be done. I have no problem going, hey, look, I don't know, but I think this.
Well, it makes sense, Scott. Though, if this pretending that a man that says he's a woman is a woman and all that,
Right.
and pretending that all things are equal, and pretending, so it just goes to the next level. Like you said, a lack of perspective and knowledge makes it ever more easier to, they're all Wonder Woman. Okay?
Yes.
They can do anything. I'm
Yes.
a woman. I can do any. It's all
Right.
It's all pretend, and nobody ever corrected them.
Yes.
Heaven help them, but
They just don't know. I mean, I guess
they don't want to know. They
But
choose
even when
ignorance.
you're little, you have that, what do you call it now? Dodgeball. Thank the Lord. I grew up.
Killer ball,
We still called it
dodgeball.
war ball in
called it killer ball.
Gardendale, Alabama.
We were serious. Down
Hey, you remember
south.
my car example?
Sure. Yeah.
This person who wrote this article, I need to give them credit, says that, who is it? Hold on, we got to take a break. Brian Josendef says puberty causes all these things to happen in the male body, and once that's happened, you can't change the
it.
Here it
No.
is. Once the athletic engine has been built, lowering testosterone later in life does not rebuild the chassis.
Right.
Look at that.
Right. The heart, the lungs, the muscles, everything. It's all already in there.
Yep.
So you
It's
can
there.
lower your testosterone and
We're
all
back
that,
to
but
our
still,
we're back to our Formula One.
that's it.
Oh well, that's what we're here for, to help people out. Crawdad, stick with us. We'll get you on the other side of this break. We'll be back.
Every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level so more people can hear you.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
So you can learn things, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate that, Fred. Thank you.
But that's true, and I mean that. I'm not being sarcastic. I am serious.
We have to stop kowtowing to every little thing that they have said is bad and evil, and they don't get to decide what is right and wrong. I'll bank my money on what God, the creator of the universe, says is right and wrong. It's worked very well for Western society for 2 millennia, and we've got to get with it. Gonna fight the fight. Welcome back in. Let's get out to your phone calls. Let's get to Crawdad. Crawdad, welcome to the program.
Ooh, aloha, mahalo.
Aloha.
Ana.
I don't know all the rest of it. You're
Mocha
lucky just to get hello.
Crawdad.
Sir.
Here's America's favorite crustacean. Hey, Crawdad, what's up?
Yes, sir. You know the good thing about the crustaceans?
What's that?
Interesting critter. They shed that shell, and while the shed is there, and they're rebuilding their outside defenses, they are a little can be easily predated on by others. So the shells are very important. The Lord has told us to put on the full armor of God from head to toe because we're going into it. I believe it says that He will prepare to feast even in the midst of our enemies. That's because they're all around us, and they have to be ready to watch us be fed with the body and the soul because we're going into it. The big picture is everything. What you're talking about is part of the big picture. The dark one has been trying forever to mess with God's plan. This is just another way to mess with it, but it goes all the way down to the chromosomal thing about animals and humans, everything. He's messing with everything he can to upset the plan.
Okay.
This is going all the way back to a book that people really don't read too much, Enoch. You know, that's pretty much covering a lot of this about what happened.
Okay.
It's still happening. And I didn't want to diverse too much away from your main topic about the young ladies and the men wanting to be the young ladies. So can I shift it over to the Navy, if you don't mind, please?
Yeah, please do. Go ahead.
Concerning the Navy, the waves, young ladies who, let's say, have a family member who served in the Navy and they want to go into the Navy, that's fantastic. And I love the fact that we have ladies that want to defend the country and work with the guys. The importance is there that you can distinguish that's a lady over there.
Okay.
Now, if she wants to be a wave, but is not a guy, but wants to be a wave, that's going to be an experiment right there, a real experiment.
Okay.
Because you're now in the service. There are other rules that don't care about whether you think you're this, that, or the other. Is you're going to be this way or not. You said about an hour ago something about men who wanted to be with the Daughters of the American Confederacy. And not Confederacy, I'm sorry.
Revolution.
DAR.
Okay.
Yeah, Revolution. Yes, thank you. Because I have two sides of the family. Everybody has served.
Okay.
And, yeah, so when somebody says, well, I want to be in the DAR, and you're a guy, what kind of mental problem do you have?
I agree with you.
I think that is the question of the age, Claudia.
Yes.
Yes.
But it does go back to the big picture, you guys. The Dark One is trying to mess with everything he can.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're doing a
distracted.
fantastic job of letting him.
Yes, unfortunately, this is true. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, well, thank you, Crawdad. I appreciate you, buddy. Have a great
Good
day.
point. Thanks, man.
Let's go out to John from Wetumpka.
Back to school, John from Wetumpka.
Welcome back, John.
Hey, good morning. I just wanted to weigh in on your topic here
Yeah,
about
please do.
men's athletes
Okay.
competing against women, which is almost exclusively what it is. The biggest problem that I have with it is it minimizes women's sports completely to me. Because, I mean, for example, when Lila Thomas, the name that was given, won swimming in 2022, a collegiate athlete, beat a bunch of women. And it's not fair or right, just like you don't put a varsity high school football team against a peewee team.
Yeah.
Or junior high. You don't do that because it's not fair or right. And we love women's sports, and they should have that. And it's just amazing to me that it would undermine all of those records that are timed or by weight. You know, there was a weightlifting competition that was won by a man.
Right.
And that's not fair or right. I mean, I know that's been said over and over again, but it has to be fought against because, and I don't know why there's not a greater outcry from women about that. There's some, but not to the level that it should be. Because everyone in sports a female in sports should be against that.
Yes, no, I agree completely.
Men, too, should be against it.
But again, that's why I said, John from Wetumpka, that I just have this weird feeling that a bunch of these folks, at least in the WNBA, the women, have friends who are claiming to be men, and you can't say, well, no, you're not really a man. So now you have, quote, men in the WNBA, but they're not real men. But I think a lot of it is just toxic empathy and an inability to embrace truth and a willingness to live in a make-believe world, and they just can't stop themselves.
Or they won't stop themselves.
Yeah, can't or won't. Yeah, you're right. Now,
Well, let me ask you this. where do you see us if the trends continue to go this way? What do you see 30, 40 years from now along these lines? It's not heading in the right direction.
You'll have men's sports that will still be the best of the best, and it'll be based on merit. And then you'll have these odd leagues that will look like the Star Wars bar scene, and it will just be, and it'll be bankrupt. The only way it'll survive is if, and a lot of genuine female athletes will have their dreams crushed by big, burly, hairy men. That's what I think. I mean, that's the direction. And when these female leagues don't have the cojones to say no, and we just keep playing with this stuff, eventually it becomes a cancer that you can't get rid of.
Well, before we had them actually in competition years ago, I talked to a coach about it at our school, and I said, that's going to be a problem one day because we're going to have young men that will take female hormones and start. He said, oh, they won't do that. And I said,
oh, yes, they will.
There are some that are just that doggone competitive, and there will be some coaches at places that will help them with that.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, John, we got to take a break, buddy.
They'll win at all costs.
Yep, I appreciate you. We'll be back.
Book at PBS Painting, Montgomery. Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders
you
to
for
total
being
body
there.
repair, MPB
Every
will fix
time
it
I
good
get
as
a
new,
chance to
maybe
listen to you, I
better.
just
For
think
4
how
decades, the
grateful
Turner
I
family
am
has
and
been
how
getting
much
you
we
back on
need
the road.
you
Call
on a national
279-7325.
level so more
Hi, this is
people
Carl
can hear you.
Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m. Scott Beason.
When news happens,
President
you'll
of
hear
ARP.
about it first. The
Alabama
River Region's
recovering
most trusted
politician.
voice. News Talk 93.
Before. Welcome back in, everybody. Is that working, Sky?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad to fix that on the old YouTubes. Let's go to Rooster. Rooster, welcome to the program.
Well, hey, Scott.
Hey, Rooster, I will have you know that I have a copy of the 1901 Alabama Constitution within arm's reach. I indeed had it at the offices. But so now I have it. So when you call me on something, I can go look it up.
All right, is it the anniversary edition, 1991?
No, mine is the Centennial Edition
Whoa.
of 2001.
Wow.
Okay. All right, it's been codified. That means that all those amendments have been scattered out through the document. When in the book I have, they're all in the back.
Oh, yours is all in the back? Okay.
Yeah, all the amendments are in the back.
Okay.
But yours are probably scattered all through it, and that makes it confusing.
No, I think they're all in alphabetical order. I mean, in numerical order after the start. So, no, mine's like yours, I think.
Well, I doubt that. But anyway, okay.
Well,
Look, the reason I called. Because I know they codified it. They codified it, and they put all the amendments, they scattered them all through the document.
Yeah, I don't think
numbered,
they did that till after, because this is 2001. I remember when they did the recodifying.
Oh, I believe you then.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get on with what I called about then.
Okay.
Thank you for telling me all that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all this talk about the genetic defects and all.
Yeah.
You know, I don't remember reading about any of that stuff in the scriptures about genetic defects happening all the time.
They're very, very few, actually, but.
Well, there was in David's household, there was a young man that had club feet or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than there was all this trans stuff and the homosexuality and lesbianism and all. There wasn't none of that in there, except for Sodom and Gomorrah, and the Almighty destroyed that place. But I want you to look up something for me, Scott, since you're so good with your computer.
Mm-hmm.
Look up a word called melanochroi. MELANOCHRI. Like mela as in melanin, knock as in nocturnal.
Okay. Melanochroi.
Look that up. Nochroi.
Okay, hold on.
Has O-I.
All right.
MELANOCHRI.
Says is a hypothetical subgroup of the Caucasian race characterized by dark hair and eyes paired with a pale complexion. So pasty people with black hair and dark eyes?
That book I gave you, that man on the front picture of him,
okay.
There you go. That's what that is. When they say, like on your government forms and all, they want to know what racial thing you are. They go black, white, Caucasian, all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, a Caucasian is, in my 1948 Webster's Dictionary, says a Caucasian is a melanochroi, and they're called the pale, dark people. They got kinky black hair, white skin, and if you look at that picture, he got a big old snout. Them people, that's your Ashkenazis. All right, now, all this, the scripture says don't be mixing your cattle, don't be mixing your people. Yah made us. There ain't nobody named God. His name is Yah.
Okay.
Y-A-H. Okay, anyway, he made all these races separately.
Okay.
The book, the story of Adam and Eve is about the white race. It is not about the black race or the Chinese race or anything. Each one of them, they got their own beginning. You know, so they were white. There were people here when Cain went off to the land of Nod and built a city. You know, right there plainly it's true. But anyway, what I'm getting at, all this indiscriminate breeding is what's causing all the genetic defects. I raise game fowl.
Okay.
And I have pedigrees on them. I do not mix different kinds. You know, I got a bird from India.
Mm-hmm.
It's called an asil. He got a shorter body. He's more compact. He don't have as much plumage, and he's more stocky and chunky, and all that. And then I got American birds that are they got more plumage.
I got you. Rooster, I got to take a break, buddy. It's the top of the hour, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll be back. We are back, everybody. Hey, don't forget 1819 News, the podcast, Brian Dawson's podcast. You can find it over at YouTube or any of the other places where you usually find your podcast. He's got a whole archive there where you can listen to a number of different people. He's had Tucker Carlson on. He's had a number of big national names on. So go check out that podcast called 1819 News, the podcast with Brian Dawson. Let's go out to Roque on Tour. Roque on Tour, welcome to the program. I hope you're well.
Good morning, Scott.
Good morning.
For Sky's benefit, I'm going to repeat something I said last week. That fact that we are all three from the generation who saw the television debuts of Wonder Woman and wonder if it's a woman.
That was
pretty
worth
good,
waiting
wasn't
for. Yeah. All right.
Oh, but I think we're looking at this the wrong way, Scott.
Okay.
We're looking at 3-4 different levels down of the main argument, which is the lack of equality. You see, transgenders are being discriminated against, women are being discriminated against, and so we need to do something to fix this. And I've come up with a little list. So,
okay.
and I think it'll help all three of us. What we need to do is file for government funding to promote equality across the board in the United States. And so we'll get maybe a $2 million grant. We'll take the show on the road, and every time there's a white liberal woman protest, we'll show up with job fair and applications because, women only make up 2.5% of all the plumbers in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
They only make up 5% of all the coal miners in the United States. They only make up 2.5% of the road construction crews in the U.S. They only make up 5% of the electric linemen in the U.S. They only make up 4% of the construction crews in the United States. And if you include all the clerical and administrative stuff, they only make up 15% of the garbage workers in the United States.
Goodness.
That's grossly unfair. And we need to employ women in these positions, and we need to hand out applications, and we need to give those feminists roll their sleeves up and get involved and fight this inequality.
I'm with you. Absolutely. Completely. I think we should make them do it. What do you think about that?
Absolutely.
Compulsory.
Absolutely. I think there should be government-mandated quotas and no construction. No roads are built, no buildings are built, no electric lines are built, no data centers are built until women are fairly represented in these positions.
I'm absolutely with you. Great. That's a great idea, Roque on Tour. That's
Yep.
You're on a roll 2 weeks in a row.
No feminist garbage pickup until we've got 50% of women picking up that garbage.
Yeah. You first now.
All right.
And, we're right behind you,
Roque on Tour. Have you seen the Bear Grylls? He did television episodes. I think it's called The Island. Roque on Tour. Are you familiar with this?
I believe so. Is that where he takes celebrities out and they do the survival thing for 7 days?
No, this one is he has a group of men and a group of women. At least the first year of it was. I think it's called The Island. And they drop off the group of men in one place, and they try their best to make the islands roughly the same. They both have the same kind of access to water, fresh water, all this kind of stuff, and they just put them out there. Here's your team. It's not like Naked and Afraid or anything. They've got their, they've got stuff that they need, and they just let them go survive. And
I do remember that. But go ahead.
It was so controversial that they basically weren't allowed or decided not to do it again the next year. So they had to change how it was set up. But it was a fascinating case study on the differences in men and women, which, I'm thankful for the differences in men and women. God made us that way, but it was fascinating to watch.
Yes, I do remember that because I think the way that I saw the ending was after, 2-3 weeks in, the women were starving to death and having to be pulled off the island, and the guys looked like they were tailgating before an SEC football game.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. It was just a complete breakdown in societal structure on the women's side. And from almost the first moment, the men were a hierarchy developed. This is what we're going to do. You do this, you do this, you do this. They ended up with shelter and processing food. I mean, they had a thriving community in a short amount of time, and the other was a train wreck. They could never get along, never come up with the plan, it was just, and there's nothing degrading about it other than we're made differently. And modern society runs on the back of men who work.
Correct. I completely disagree with the philosophy of separate but equal, but I completely agree with the different but equal, because we all have strengths and weaknesses that complement each other, and men or women are designed to complement, not be in conflict.
That's exactly right. I like that. I think I may steal that too. Different but equal. I like that. Good point.
Because and I'll give you an example. I would be in positions where I would have to counsel people, and I would many times bring a woman into a conversation because she's picking up on nonverbal cues that I, as a man, am oblivious to.
Yeah.
On the flip side, if it came down to making a logical decision, well, I'm going to make that because logic is more in a male's wheelhouse than a woman. Stereotypically, generally, not in every exception. But if we're talking the reality of life, that's just the way it is.
Yeah. No, I agree completely. Absolutely. Rocco and Tour, I appreciate you.
Y'all have a good one.
Hey, thanks, buddy. So, Sky, let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Why was it controversial? See if I can give y'all the right thing so y'all can go look it up on YouTube. Let's see. Here we go. Regarding the three-man issues, fakery staging, British press revealed that the island was not as wild or untouched as usually believe. Let's see. Where were the... It's hard to find some of these things, folks. I'm telling you, there are things that have been created, been done, that they make it difficult. So it was season 2. It wasn't at the same time. Ultimately thrived. Oh, come on. All right. Well, anyway, I think it was called The Island, and I've watched part of it. But let's go to, who is this? Miss Construction?
Ms. Construction.
Miss Construction, welcome to the program.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I just like a rebuttal on that. A lot of women are not in these jobs because they won't hire them.
You think so?
I know personally because I have certifications in. Hold on, let me take you off speaker. I have certifications in skidders, excavators, and forklifts. I also work at a heavy equipment auction place here in Montgomery, and there's not a piece of equipment that I can't operate. I have applied for jobs numerous times, went on job sites out on the grounds and actually asked for them. Mm-hmm. And I've had 2 of them actually say to me, "Do you know somebody?" I'm like, "Yeah, me."
Yeah.
But I've applied for journeyman jobs at electrical businesses, and I've not been hired. I mean, these jobs they're out there, but they won't hire you. It's an all boys club. It's hard to get on these jobs.
Well, I'm not doubting you. I bet you're good. I mean, you're probably way better than I am on a piece of equipment. I'm pretty. When I drive like the stick shift controlled, like the bulldozer or whatever, it's pretty jerky when I'm doing it. Or the Bobcat. I'm not smooth at all.
I mean, all it does is take a little bit of practice. But, I mean, it's hard to even get practice when you can't even get the job to do anything.
Yeah. Well, I hate that.
Work on Tour has a solution. He is going to fight for, not to make light of the situation, but I believe that's what he was stating, that women should have equal opportunity.
They should, but they don't get that opportunity. They really don't.
How many?
And I know there's a lot of women out there who try.
So Miss Construction, you think a lot of women are interested in those construction jobs, but just aren't hired?
I think there's a lot of women that go out there and try to get those jobs, and they're not able to get the jobs. And you're right. I don't believe that I think there's a lot of women out there who would like to do that.
Yeah.
But
now
they just aren't out there.
Because like what you're talking about, it doesn't take any extra strength to run equipment. The equipment does the work, right?
Correct.
So it's not like you're out there saying, hey, I want to do a job that takes the strength of a man. You're not standing behind a drill rig moving the augers around, that kind of stuff. You're trying to get the job that absolutely you could do or can do.
Yes. Yes. And the next time you ride by a construction site or one of these zones where there's, construction on the road, look and see how many women are up there on that equipment.
Well, see, Mr. I thought it was because they weren't hiring Americans.
Well, you're right on that one because it's gone to all Hispanic people.
Oh, man.
I mean, it really has.
That's your problem. It's not because you're a woman. It's because you're American.
Well, what about years ago before COVID?
Oh, I don't know about that.
See, it was going on before COVID too.
I got you.
But just check out. But there's probably Hispanic women that probably want these jobs also.
Yeah.
And you can't get. I mean, just take a look. Next time you ride by a site, just look and see how many women are out there on those construction pieces of equipment.
Very good point. Hey, Miss Construction, thanks for calling. Thanks for listening, by the way.
Not a problem.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
look,
welcome.
There's got to be some of that, don't you think?
I
They're
totally
like,
agree.
I'm not hiring a woman. I'm
sure of it.
Yeah, it's got to be. Got to be.
Of course. Well, that's what we're all about. Equal opportunity here.
Yep, that's what we do.
Raconteur.
That's why we're looking for a new producer.
Wait a minute. We
got to hire a woman, Sky.
Not when it
can't
comes
be
to me. Wait a minute.
We'll be back.
They took my job.
every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level so more people can hear you.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
Oh, dang. Welcome back into the program, everybody. We're just trying to figure out some stuff during the break. And,
Yes.
One thing I should say is that callers are responsible for what they say. And if you say something crazy, it's not usually my style to just completely come at you. But, there's acceptable limits. And when someone crosses that, we try to let them go as quickly as we can without being rude to them.
Right.
Because everybody, including myself, says something that's dumb sometimes. But I don't want people to think just because a caller calls and says something that may be outlandish and that I don't go, how dare you? You must get off this air right now. That does not mean we agree. This show is about conversation. People can say what we try to keep them on topic, which is a challenge at times. But again, don't think if somebody calls and says something and we don't berate them immediately that we agree with them. Y'all know when something's insane. Y'all know when something's unhinged. And you just chalk it up that, hey, look, there's some people out there that think some crazy stuff. And maybe I should be a little more rude, but I mean, how hard is it to figure out? You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all have
sometimes just not responding to it is the best response.
Well, that's kind of the way I've always done it, but it is what it is. So that's just for everybody to.
Opinions expressed by the callers may not be representative of the host views.
Exactly. It's not like we schedule anybody and want them to call. So
blow up the show.
It's hey, look, there's people who believe all kind of stuff.
You're telling me.
I mean,
I answer the phones before you get hold of them.
You get worse than I do, Sky. Let's go to Clark. Clark will be civilized and somewhat based. Clark, welcome to the program.
Hey, Scott. I'll try not to cross no lines, okay?
You got it, brother.
You watch it now.
Now, in important news, Ben Jones, Cooter, from the Dukes of Hazzard passed away.
No way. Did he really?
Well, he did. And, you know, it's hard to believe, but through my intensive and extensive Intel network, I do have a transcription of when he arrived at the pearly gates.
Oh, this ought to be
when
good.
Cooter from the Dukes of Hazzard got to the pearly gates. Okay.
When you know I played Dukes of Hazzard theme earlier in the
That's
show.
Standing there.
Yeah. Okay.
Standing there, and St. Peter looked at him and said, "And yes, you are." He said, "Well, this is Crazy Cooter coming at you." Total silence for about a minute. And St. Peter said, "Cooter, come on in here, man. Man, I'm going to tell you what. 9 o'clock Eastern Friday nights, we never miss that stuff."
Yeah.
And then he looked and he said, "Hey, Gabe, go find Sorrell Brooks, Denver Pyle, and James Best. Tell them Ben Jones is here, because I know these boys get together. They're going to tell some stories I want to hear."
Now, what characters are these? You know I don't
Well,
know the names.
Sorrell Brooks was Boss Hogg,
Okay.
who spoke fluent English, Japanese, Spanish, Russian, Italian, and dabbled in several others, and was Army counterintelligence in the Korean War.
Boss Hogg was?
That's Boss Hogg. Denver Pyle, Uncle Jesse. After his last appearance as Briscoe Darling on the Andy Griffith Show,
Okay.
somehow or another, Denver got into buying up oil wells. Now, he would buy oil wells that were considered at the end of their productive life when oil was $2.15 a barrel.
Okay.
That's right, $2.15 a barrel. He bought them up. The 73 oil embargo sent oil prices up to $43 a barrel, and then improved technology made it more feasible to extract the oil. Denver became a multi-millionaire.
I got
But
you.
he kept on acting. You know why, Scott?
Why?
Because acting allowed him to generate money to oil speculate.
I got
And then you got James Best. That was Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Roscoe
He ran the premier acting school in Los Angeles, California. A writer and a director.
So
And the
all
college
these guys
professor.
that acted like they were goofy as all get out were brilliant.
Quite accomplished. And then you get down to Catherine Bach. Now, Scott, you were younger
Now
than
you're
I
talking.
was.
All right. There we
You
go.
were younger than I was.
Right.
Catherine Bach, you didn't know what it was.
I knew what it
You
was.
had it, and you knew sooner or later you were going to want it.
That's right. The origin of the
So,
Daisy Dukes.
The Daisy
For those
Duke.
of you
Yeah.
scoring at home. Yes.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm. What a
Back in
time.
the day.
What a time.
And, you know, people will ask me how I'm doing,
Yeah.
and I'll tell them I'm like the Duke boys. I'm making my way the only way I know how.
I got you.
And I begin to wonder how much longer it's going to be the law will allow that.
That's a good question.
I got you.
But anyway,
That's just profound, Clark. All of it.
Thank you, Clark.
I'm telling you.
hey, lessons we should have learned, right?
You
there
got
it
it.
is.
You're right. Daisy
Keep
Duke.
doing it.
Yes.
What
Catherine
years?
Bach.
What years was the Dukes of Hazzard?
As I recall, it was in the 80s.
Did it start in the
kinda-
70s?
I don't think so, but it might. It might have. Come to think of it, I was a little checked out in a few of
You
those
missed
decades.
some days in
Yeah,
the 70s.
yeah. But I remember Catherine Bach. Okay. I did not watch the Dukes of Hazzard, but
Now, where
you,
was she?
you couldn't miss her.
Where was her character supposed to be from?
Oh man, let's see. The Dukes were from either Arkansas or North Carolina. Joey.
And they moved to Georgia, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. The Dukes of Hazzard were from Georgia.
They were in Georgia. I just wondered where
Yeah.
Catherine Bach was supposed to be from. She was their cousin. Is that right?
You say so. I didn't mind. The details.
You
didn't
did
matter.
miss it all.
I really did, man.
Filmed in
Good night.
California.
What? They what?
It was filmed in California.
I
Was
know
it
that.
really?
I know they tore up about 300 of those beautiful Dodge Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Filmed in California. I never knew that.
Yeah.
So why could we? I mean, so what was supposed to be so bad about the Dukes of Hazzard? I mean, seriously,
they were just
outlaws. They had a rebel flag on top of the car. No, I'm serious.
That
why?
wasn't. No, you mean in the TV show in character,
no,
or do you mean
in the modern world where TV stations would quit playing the Dukes of Hazzard.
It was the
it
battle
was simply
flag
the
on
flag
the car.
on top of the General Lee, and it was called the General Lee.
That's it. Yeah.
It ran.
That's enough to do it, man.
Ran from 1979 to 1985, 7 seasons with 147 episodes. At one point, it ranked second only to Dallas.
Wow, they did all right.
They did.
That's high cotton, man.
I mean, because the storylines were just, some little challenge that had to be fixed, and they almost getting caught, and this, that, and the other, and
they were always the good guys that were just outside the law, making things right.
Mm-hmm. Just getting by.
Well, that's another reason the Hollywood elite, do-gooders would not like them, because they didn't call the police; they handled it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personal responsibility.
Look, I don't remember. I don't know how many episodes I saw, but I know that I saw so few that I couldn't give you the storyline other than
there's not one really. It's pretty basic.
Just same show every week with a couple of different twists.
And Catherine Bach.
So that's all I remember. A battle flag on top of the car and Catherine Bach.
Catherine Bach in the shorts. That's really all you need to know, man. And when they go over the big jump, they go da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, yeah, that bothers them too.
And I think they had Waylon Jennings narrate. He'd say, "Them Duke boys in more trouble than a June bug and a molasses in January." Something really cornball like that. And they ate it up.
I just don't get what was wrong with it.
Nothing. It was the flag, man. And it came out at that time when all the PC.
Do you want to know Boss Hogg's full name, Sky Mosley?
Tell me, because I do not know.
He was JD.
Jefferson Davis Hogg?
Jefferson Davis Hogg.
Well, that's it. They got to go, man. And he's now known as Percy Julian Hogg. That's what they renamed the school. Okay?
We'll be back.
Thanks.
God.
Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason, your news and headline headquarters.
Every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level so more people can hear you.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
You can learn things, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate that, Fred. Thank you.
But that's true, and I mean that. I'm not being sarcastic. I am serious.
We have to stop kowtowing to every little thing that they have said is bad and evil, and they don't get to decide what is right and wrong. I'll bank my money on what God, the creator of the universe, says is right and wrong. It's worked very well for Western society for 2 millennia, and we've got to get with it. Got to fight the fight. We got to get after it. It's ridiculous. I'm just tired of great Americans being ripped to shreds, history going away, and all of us cowering around because we're afraid somebody's going to call us a bad name. It is time to save the republic. How about welcome in now? Let's get out.
Much better.
Much better?
Yeah.
Well, I got the button off on the iPad, just didn't turn the ones on the other thing. Welcome back in. Let's go to the phones. Billy Bob, welcome to the program.
Hey, Bo, how y'all doing?
Man, it's another day in paradise. How are you?
Man, gum, that's what I never about told Sky.
I got
Great
you.
minds. Great minds. I'm telling you.
So, I was gonna square away Sky, and he was there already.
I got
He
you.
Just throwed a good one on it.
To be clear, Jag.
We're talking about the elementary school or the high school.
High school. Jag. I knew it was Jag.
So Jeff Davis was turned into Jag. It was Lee that was turned into whatever you said.
But I use Percy Julian because people know the school's names were changed. And Jag is not funny. Percy Julian is funny. So that's why I did that.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and I know that Jag is a compilation of 3 different people. I can't remember the story behind that. That was
Nobody can.
That was some time ago when black people had a good chance of being actually great Americans, and there still are many now. But Julian was a heck of a medical profession and all.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Here's a question. Anyone know what happened to? I always called him Robert D. Lee. That's because I went to Sidney Lanier, which
poets.
Sergeant Mitchell, our drill team coach, called it Silly Lanier. So
I've heard that before.
In keeping, I always called him Robert D. Lee. But do you know what the E stood for?
Edward. But I'm guessing that's not the answer you're looking for.
Oh no, it is. That's Robert Edward.
Yes.
Lee. Sure. Oh my goodness, and what a lineage he had, and all. So when I heard this morning about Ben Jones, my cooter, dying, my first thought was, and I had confused him. My first thought was of a radio talk show host, and it turns out that I am remembering now that Ben Jones was from Georgia and became a state senator. Well, there was before him, my first favorite redneck, sure enough, good old boy, was a guy that was on Green Acres, probably my all-time favorite little sitcom back before they knew it was.
I remember Green Acres. I mean, well, I saw the reruns of Green Acres.
Sure.
And the farmhand that
Ebb.
used to come around.
Ebb.
Oh, good. Way to go, dude. Yeah, I have no idea what
That was before the 70s, guy, so you can remember that?
Yes, I was still relatively aware about it.
Yeah.
Late 60s.
Green Acres and Petticoat Junction, and I think there was one more that were kind of in the same area because Sam Drucker, that general store character, showed up in a couple.
He was all over the place, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, really. And I've seen him in some as a character, black and whites back in the 40s, 30s, 40s, whatever. No.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, as many of those did, and all Floyd the Barber was an actor.
Oh
back
man!
then. Oh,
now you talking.
Oh my goodness! Floyd is saying it. Look here, I went to a Pink Floyd concert long time ago. It's when they played in Birmingham. Well, what I did is I bought a handful of tickets there for that. Took some buddies, some friends up for that one.
Yeah.
And at the Legion Field.
1994.
Thank you. And never to be topped, Floyd.
How cold was it that night, by the way? Yeah.
Were you there too, Scott?
Oh yeah.
Everyone wore long sleeve shirts, if you remember.
Yeah, except for my date. Yeah.
I bought 4 or 5 Floyd shirts, all short sleeve, and put them on.
Yeah, it was when the sun went below the stadium wall. Oh, well, look, you got off easy, buddy. I had to buy my date a tour jacket.
No.
Yeah, $150.
Hey, look, the good thing you had money.
Well, yeah.
I hope you got some sugar that night. Anyway, so
never did get the jacket.
Well then, look, the next was it Tuesday, Wednesday, or something like that. The next week, their next show was in Atlanta. Well, Fox had put together a bus to go over there, and I had 2 tickets, and me and my good buddy Bobby Bush went to that, and man, again, We were not dressed, and it was cold and started to drizzle.
Y'all didn't learn a thing.
Bobby Dot, yeah. Look at, I always say I never was a Boy Scout, so I spent the rest of my life trying to be prepared. I am now, by golly. I can turn around here. Yeah, I got 3 or 4 jackets in the back.
You're ready to go, Billy Bob. We appreciate you, buddy.
You got to call more often.
Yeah,
okay?
thank you, Billy
That's
Bob.
all there is to it. Thank you, sir.
So let's see, a couple quick things. Waylon Jennings did the composing, the music, and the narration of the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
And Ben Jones did serve in Congress. He beat an incumbent and was a congressman from 1989 till 1993.
Never knew that.
Yep.
Nope.
He was.
Now that was Cooter, right?
That was Cooter.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Yep. And then Sidney Lanier was like a poet. Why did they change his name or his school's name?
He wrote a poem about the Confederate. He actually served.
He was a Confederate soldier, but
yeah, and he wrote a poem, and we got to get rid of that.
Huh. Okay. I just never knew. I never knew who Sidney Lanier was. So let's take.
And by the way, the schools are doing great
since they changed the name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really the holdup. We got to take a break. We'll be back.
Every time I get a chance to listen to you, I just think how grateful I am and how much we need you on a national level so more people can hear you.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
Welcome back into the program, everybody. This is Alabama Unfiltered Radio. The day is almost gone, but we'll try our best to be back tomorrow. Let's get out to the phone calls. Skeeter, welcome in. I hope you're well.
Yeah, I'm here, man. How y'all doing?
Another day in paradise, my friend. Another day in paradise.
All right, I was on the computer online the other day, and they were talking about this trans stuff, and I had a question for them.
Okay.
I asked them, I said, so y'all say your genitalia doesn't identify your gender, right?
I think
So
that's
I
right.
asked them,
Okay.
yeah. So I said, well, how does removing said genitalia identify your gender?
Oh, yeah. How would removing it prove? Oh, that's actually a good question, Skeeter.
Yeah.
If having
Well,
it
look at
doesn't
here,
show
they-
what you are, how does removing it prove that you're the new who you are?
Exactly. And then one of them goes, well, many trans people, they're in their gender dysphoria, don't actually get parts removed. I said, in that case, they're pretending. No, they really think they're that. And I said, okay. So I can put on a lab coat, a stethoscope, and some scrubs and walk into a hospital and say I'm a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Same point, right?
I would think
and they
so.
don't have gender dysphoria. They have mental dysphoria.
Oh,
I got a
wow.
new word for them.
What is it?
They want to make up all these new words. Mental dysphoria.
Yes.
Well, it used to be solidly mental. It was a mental illness.
Classified.
And then they changed it. Let's be honest. Homosexuality was a mental illness until the activists started purposefully putting people into the psychology world.
Yes.
And then they
changed the definitions and the dialogue.
You know, as somebody whose sister had 3 boys, turned pretty old, and then she decided she was gay. I had no problem with that.
Right.
But I knew once they started letting them get married, because you give them one, then here they come with more. You know, it's the old saying, give ants, they want them all.
Yeah.
But I just wanted y'all to think about that gender dysphoria.
I got you.
And how does removing genitalia identify who you are, what gender you are?
Yeah. No, it's a good point. Really good point. Thanks, Skeeter. I appreciate it, man. I hadn't thought of it that way. It kind of shows that they're just making it up as they go, doesn't it?
It's pretending.
Yeah.
Saying it all along.
Let's go to Senator Ledlow. Senator, welcome to the program.
Yes, my colleague Beason.
Yes, sir.
I was going to tell you, we had a movie theater people over here filming a movie. They filmed a video. It's called He Likes Those Trailer Park Girls. Got 3 of the finest ladies in the days of Dukes. And you can go to Hertzahatchee on the core and get to watch it. And they did a little film with me, and we're going to be having a film. It's called Central Park South, where the AI data center moguls buy out the Hertz-Hatchie Trailer Park and move them to the high-up rise right over Central Park, where they're going to live from now on, so that they could have the data center here by the First Congregational Church. Y'all, get ready for that, but you are going to love, he loves those trailer park girls over at Hertz-Hatchie. I'm telling you now, it is you will not forget the video and the song. Charles I sent us the licks over here, and y'all you ain't gonna believe it. I'm just telling you. It just got premiered about 10 minutes ago and done got 45 views.
All right. I got a question. Does it start with, well, we're moving on up?
No, you're gonna love the song. It's full of motorcycles, Daisy Dukes.
And now how do I find it again, Senator? Tell me exactly how. We got a minute. How do I find this place on Quora?
Hertz-Hatchie. You just go to if you put Hertz-Hatchie, Google should take you to Hertz-Hatchie.
How do you spell Hertz-Hatchie though?
HURTSHATCHEE. Just like Hertz and then Hatchie.
Double E.
Hertz-Hatchie.
So a T and two T's. Okay, I got you.
One T, I think. One T. and you go to Quora and you put that in.
Okay.
Now you can look on Facebook under.
All right, we got to go, Senator.
We'll have to get
talk to
more
you
of
again
that
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Y'all
Yeah.
be safe. Be good. We're out. See y'all.